the CyberHub bunker and studio, you're tuning in to the CyberHub podcast. And now for your host and CISO, James Azar.
Good morning. Welcome to another amazing week here as we wrap up 2021. James Azar here, your cyber news for the day, recapping what's going on over the weekend, talking about what's the trend looking like this holiday season as we're starting to see a significant movement towards sophisticated cyber security incidents. We're also a week away from marking the 1-year anniversary of SolarWinds. And people say, James, why do you want to celebrate the SolarWinds anniversary so much? And I'll tell you why. I think it's the most sophisticated cyber attack, and we have yet to see the true impact of it. We've yet to see it. It's coming. 2022 will be the year. We see that. But as of right now, it's a lot of wait and hold. It's a nation-state player. They've got patience. We'll talk about that as well. Good morning live, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. You're also on your favorite podcast listening platform. Look up the CyberHub podcast. Very, very, very exciting. Also, CISO Talk, last episode of the season was put out last week with Tomas Maldonado, the CISO over at the NFL. Go and check that out as well. So without further ado, we're going to get right into what's going on. But before we do that, let's get some shout outs out of the way. Good morning to Mr. McQuiggan. Great to see you. Good morning to Chris. Good morning to Matt on YouTube. Good morning to Brent. Good morning to Paul. Thank you all for being here. I hope everyone had a nice, relaxing, fulfilling, fruitful weekend. If you did, magnificent. All right. Monday morning, we all have to start with something. We've got to get over that Sunday to Monday hump. Some people drink coffee, Red Bulls, whatever it is, make it yours. Coffee cup, cheers. Here we go. Start with talking about this one. This should be a bigger news story, but it's not. A bit disturbing for me as well. So we'll talk about that. Good morning to John Dela Cruz. Thank you for being here, good sir. A cyber attack causes significant disruption at a Colorado electric utility. The Delta Montrose Electric Association is a member-owned and locally controlled rural electric cooperative that serves more than 34,000 customers in Colorado's Montrose, Delta, and Gunnison counties. It is part of the Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, a cooperatives federation that has over 750 members across the U.S. DEMA last week revealed that it had discovered a breach of its internal network on November 7th. The attack resulted in disruption to phone, email, billing, and customer account systems, as well as documents, spreadsheets, and forms from getting corrupted. The CEO told local news outlets that the cyber attack led to 90% of internal controls and systems becoming corrupted, broken, or disabled. They also claimed that a majority of historical data dating back more than 20 years was lost. DEMA said its power grid and fiber network, the company also provides internet services, were not affected by the incident. The utility is still working on restoring affected services, so it has told customers that all penalty fees and disconnections for non-payments will be suspended until the end of January 2022. While the company has not provided information about the attack, the description suggests it was a file encryption ransomware on the organization. Why this wasn't headline news over the weekend mind boggles me. This is a direct and clear breach. Now, it didn't stop services, but it did impact the operation. It's kind of like the ransomware in the city of Atlanta, right? They were like, well, we're after money, but they're after a lot more, right? Disrupting one of the country's largest cities had a piece to it. This is a test run. To look at it any other way would be a fool's mistake. And CISA and the FBI and the White House should be talking about this because the 34,000 rural customers in Colorado are just as critical as the 10 million that live in New York City. Just saying. Our next story is around a entire thing around phishing. So I know Mr. McQuiggan's with us, and we don't go fishing without Mr. McQuiggan, but there's a very convincing phishing campaign going on using fake Office 365 notifications, asking the recipient to review blocked spam messages with the end goal of harvesting Microsoft credentials. What makes these especially emails specifically convincing is the use of quarantining at messaging.microsoft.com. That's how they're actually getting through. Additionally, the attackers have embedded the official 365 logo, include links to Microsoft's privacy statement and acceptable use of policy at the end of the email, making the email even more significant and getting it through all the spam filters. The email subject is spam notification when new message. It's alluding to the body of the email that uniforms the recipients that a spam message has been blocked and has been held in quarantine for them to review. Once you click on the link, it triggers you to go to a Office 365 page where you would enter your credentials. That's when they would harvest them and they would move on. This is an appealing target. Obviously, Office 365 widely used across the enterprise. So something really, really big there. Keep your eyes out for it. And it just shows to tell you that just when we think we know phishing, just when we think we're good, these threat actors are going to come and they're going to do something that's going to get it done correctly. What does that mean? They're putting the privacy links to their original website on the bottom. So we tell everyone, right, look at the domain, look at the signature, look at the links. So someone goes and they see the privacy statement from Microsoft on the bottom, even if the link doesn't necessarily take you to your company name .office365.com. You're likely going to trust that a little bit more. And this time of year, this is significantly dangerous because everyone's trying to get stuff done before the holidays. People want to go on holiday vacation. People want to go out. They want to have a good time. They're not thinking straight. So it's really good right now to do a refresher. It's also very effective to look at the links themselves. If you're using Office 365, if you're on an E5 license with Microsoft, you can put in your safe links. Your safe links is critical. It actually checks the links to make sure it's not being harvested incorrectly. So it can do that. You have to set your standard higher, which means you're going to have more spam messages. But nonetheless, that's something very important. The other part is disable spam messages from going to the senders. That's another piece of it. All right. Just some ways to really tackle this as well. Let's see. What do we got here? We have a LinkedIn user saying, good morning to everyone. LL from Mr. McQuiggan, Christoph, good morning and coffee cup. Cheers to you, good sir. Eddie, good morning from Big Dallas, Texas. And Andrew, hey, my brother. Sorry, I've been busy. Missed you too, buddy. Thanks for being here. We'll move on to a $150 million heist of cryptocurrency firm BitMart. The cryptocurrency trading platform on Sunday announced that it has suspended withdrawals after discovering an incident that resulted in the theft of $150 million worth of assets. The platform claims that only the Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain hot wallets were impacted and notes that the two wallets were compromised using stolen private keys. In response to this incident, BitMart has completed initial security checks, identified affected assets. The security breach was mainly caused by a stolen private key that had two of our hot wallets compromised, according to founder and CEO Sheldon Chi. According to BitMart, the attackers were able to steal $150 million in crypto from the two wallets. Blockchain security company PeckShield, on the other hand, estimates that the exchange, in fact, lost roughly $196 million. So we'll see where that ends up being. The platform is currently looking into ways to improve their security. You should have done that when you had $150 million and you're managing millions of dollars in crypto. Furthermore, the CEO has said that everyone who was impacted will be fully compensated for it. So we'll see how that pans out for the victims of this. But just lets you know where your cash is, know where your keys are, store them effectively if you're going to get into crypto, and keep your eyes out for it as well. A malicious KMSPico window activator is stealing users' crypto wallets. Again, crypto untraceable. People can get it. They can move it quickly. And if they move it quickly, it's hard to catch them. The malware, which is dubbed CryptBot, is an information stealer capable of obtaining credentials for browsers, cryptocurrency wallets, browser cookies, credit cards, and capturing screenshots from the infected systems. It's deployed via cracked software, which is the latest move involving the malware masquerading as KMSPico. KMSPico is an unofficial tool that's used illicitly to activate the full features of pirated copies of software like Microsoft Windows and Office products without actually owning a license key. So they're targeting the criminals of the criminals. There's a saying in Hebrew, "Agonev meganav patur." It means whoever steals from a thief is actually vindicated. So there's like no punishment for someone who steals from a thief. And this is just that, right? So the user becomes infected. They're essentially going to people who would download software who don't want to buy it, and they're legitimately trying to steal their information, knowing that those people are likely the ones that do have that do have crypto wallets and have all kinds of stuff. So they're targeting those people as well. So something very, very interesting. And our final story of the day. Facebook and Twitter this week announced that they've suspended thousands of accounts that were involved in disinformation campaigns aligned with interests of several governments. Facebook removed 800 accounts, pages, and groups from the social media platform for what they called coordinated inauthentic behavior. Other accounts were taken down for brigading and mass reporting. The large number of removed Facebook accounts, pages, and groups, 548 in total, alongside 86 Instagram accounts, were associated with a network primarily originating in China, targeting audiences in the US, UK, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Tibet. The investigation found individuals in mainland China, including employees of the Sichuan Silence Information Technology Co., an information security firm, and individuals associated with the Chinese state infrastructure companies located around the world. So in November of 2021, Facebook removed 141 accounts. Now they've removed another 800. Additionally, Facebook removed a network of accounts in Italy and France for mass harassment targeting journalists, medical professionals, and elected professionals. All of that coming from a network of accounts in Vietnam. And Twitter also suspended 3,465 accounts. You know, they should take that number, multiply it by about 1 million. That's what Twitter should be doing to begin with. These accounts were associated with 8 distinct operations originating from 6 countries, mainly amplifying the CCP narrative regarding the Uyghur population in Xinjiang, where there have Uyghur Muslims in concentration camps. They call them re-education camps, and they won't let them out unless they completely fall for communism. So these platforms are doing some things which are, you know, we can be a little bit, all right, they're finally taking care of it. But nonetheless, it's not enough, but that just lets you know cybersecurity is just as much firewalls, API security, and phishing as it is disinformation and misinformation. That's how they get people to click on links. That's how they target and change the minds of individuals, especially people within our own organizations and our teams. You've got to keep an eye out for it. This is something I like to circle internally always, right? It's good. It's good for people to know that, hey, not everything you're seeing on social media is real. Some of this stuff is fake. It's spreading disinformation and misinformation, and you should probably be made aware of it as well. So that's it for our practitioner brief here today, folks. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. with a lot more of what's going on in the world of cybersecurity. Remember, as we're counting down to the holiday season, threat actors are increasing. This is their money time. It's their money time. We've seen it year over year over year over year. Last year it was SolarWinds. Years before that it was a lot more. All right. These threat actors relish at ruining holidays. And they relish at the fact that while everyone's checking out, they can really get active. If you're not using 2 things, 24/7 coverage of your environment, even if it's through an MSSP, you should be, right? Number one, because during the holidays, they're going to move when you're not there on a Friday afternoon, when your team's already checking out, especially now. All right. Number 2, talk to your people. It's not only phishing tests, but go in and talk. Hey, what are you guys working on towards the end of the year? What are some really high priorities for the organization? And start defending those high priorities for the organization. Understanding that, because the threat actors understand that as well, and that's what they're going to target. That's it for us here, folks. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Thank you for everyone who's commented, been part of it. I really do appreciate it. We'll be back again tomorrow. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Have a great week and stay cyber safe.
We love feedback, so make sure to connect with us on social media and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform.